Mhm. Uh, yeah, I'll have to check into Apex and what's going on with with it. Is it's just not agreeing. When I open up the game, when I open up the game, OBS flips out. It's like, oh my god, and then like it just everything gets stretched out, and then I just have to close OBS and open it again. You know what? After I get finished, I was thinking about after I get finished playing after I get finished playing Need for Speed Unbound. I might post Monster Hunter stuff. I might like start posting Monster Hunter playthrough stuff because like I want to play Monster Hunter, but I just don't. I just have not really like gotten into Monster Hunter Rise yet, and I'm like a fan of Monster Hunter, like Monster Hunter 4, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, like on 3DS, Monster Hunter Generations. I played a ton of well, not I played a ton of Generations. I played a ton of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, I played a ton of, and I used to play it all the time on my 3DS when I was at work, and yeah, like every day while I was waiting for planes to come in and stuff, and then um I would what's the other? Oh, Monster Hunter World. That one I had like maybe 400 or 500 hours in, and I played a lot of that with my friends, and that was an insanely fun time. I have not gotten deep into Monster Hunter Rise yet. Do I have Game Pass? I don't have Game Pass right now. Let me see. When is season 3 start for the cycle? You see the new monster? In fact, that's what I can do. Go watch some YouTube videos real quick. Watch this thing about the well, I already watched the thing about the monster, but the new monster, it's kind of crazy. Oh my, what's the name closed too? Steam Deck, it's Stream Deck thing closed. Oh, unstoppable. Um, oh yeah, and I'm starting my Patreon page, but my Patreon like I have it up, but I don't know what else I want in my premium tier thing. So I have like a $2 tier, I have like a $5 tier, and I have like a $10 tier. And like the $2 tier is just like support or whatever, and like thank you, like thank you for your support tier, and it's just basically general support. And like the $5 tier, you just get like uh so far this is what I have like for $5 you just get the like to see my stuff early. So like when I post like a video, I'm gonna probably post it unlisted and post it for patrons on Patreon. Because like sometimes when I'm like posting like Need for Speed Unbound stuff, sometimes I'll post like 2 or 3 ahead of time. Like if I do like 3 episodes, usually I'll do all 3 episodes in one night, and then I'll post them, uh, you know, that next day and then the 2 days after that or whatever. And I could probably post those, just post them on Patreon, and you get early access to those or whatever. And any other things that I do off stream, like any other videos that I edit down off stream or whatever. Um, that and then like there's like the $10 tier. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What would be in the $10 tier? Um, but I'm gonna like fix that up and everything, and then I'm gonna start posting, and I gotta like make like a part of my intro for it, so you can be like, oh, if you want to help me out, join my Patreon, blah blah blah, and all that kind of good stuff. Um, so I'm gonna definitely need that help for this year. We got the pain of drifting. Can't stand drifting. Yo, I did terrible. I did terrible in that one. I did terrible in I'm gonna call it issue. I'm gonna call them all issues instead of parts. Issues in video shout out. No, that is going to be one of them, but I didn't put that there yet because I have to figure out how I want to do it, because I know there's like I can make it as like a like a credit thing, like a roll credits thing, or I can because I was thinking about putting it at the beginning where it's just like a panel, and it's like thank you to my Patreon subscribers, and then like I put just the names there, a list of the names who are my patrons and stuff like that, in the beginning, like right behind the intro part. But yeah, I'll figure that out how exactly I want to do it, to make it look clean, simple, and and then I can like sit there. I got to work on it because my listening ran out today, or it's running out. It's getting my it was at $30 for my Photoshop thing. So if I don't have the money to pay for that, I'm probably your my thumbnails are going to get a little more simple. They're probably just going to be screenshots from uh just from the game, and I'm just gonna like enlarge them and just cut cut sections out of them or whatever, and just put that up as my thumbnails until I get that paid for, because it doesn't go away right away, but um I'll see. I shall see. What else was I getting ready to look up? I was getting ready to look up some. Oh, the cycle. I told you about the time where I needed to do a drift race, rest of story, just couldn't do it. Tried for 3 hours straight and just stupid 5 minute drift. So I started losing the drift race really hard because I was like, I can't keep the combo up. And I went and looked it up, and you kind of have to use a drift car. Like, you can't just use any car, because you got to be able to get your drift build so that you can keep your drift going in straightaways. So like you gotta like I was trying to do it with the cars that I had, and even though like, oh, this one was a little more drifty than the other one, and I would try to do long drifts around corners, and I was like, oh, that should be enough drift, do a long drift around a corner, but no, that's not enough. You have to do, like, say for instance you do a long drift around a corner, and then you keep the drift going in the straightaway all the way to the next, if you can, all the way to the next corner, and then you drift, and then you go into that corner and you drift around that corner, and you keep it going in the straightaway, so that you gotta keep that one drift combo going as long as possible without you leaving the drift. And you gotta have a car that has like high drift in your handling to do it. And I didn't even realize that you could um change your handling in like right before the race, like right before you go in, you could just change your handling. Um, so like if you're doing a drift race, you could just change your handling up to drift. but you need a car that has enough of it so that you can move it from grip to drift. And there's some other stuff that I saw too about like um boosting into like grip turns or whatever, where like you'll boost and then you can turn really like well while you're going really fast like around a corner. Like there's a bunch of mechanics in the game that I need to like master so that I can like uh do these things a lot easier than I'm trying to, because right now basically I'm just trying to like force it. I'm just forcing it with the cars that I have. Into the Cycle Frontier.
What the fuck is going on, YouTube? Your least favorite low functioning YouTube content creator, Tickle Me Pink. Today, we're here to talk about the big news coming in the Cycle Frontier. Now, you probably already have heard this, but if you haven't, the Cycle Frontier is no longer going to wipe. That's right. We have a lot to talk about. And
I don't know if I like that. I'm so used to the cycle and the other like in like, because like Tarkov, I hear that in Tarkov all the time. You know, you're like, oh, you know, it's the wipe, and everybody wipes, everybody goes back to the beginning, and then you start new in the new season, right? And then like in Cycle Frontier, you know the new season comes, and then you wipe, and then you go into the new season fresh, and everybody's on the same playing field. You just go in with your skill, and then it's like a mad dash to get all the best stuff, blah blah blah. And I kind of like that, because when you get to a point where it's like, okay, well, you know, I haven't been playing this lately, and you know, maybe I'll try again next season. You go back in, and you don't have any of your stuff. Everybody's on an even playing field, and you just go back in and you try to earn your more stuff, and you try to do it again better the next time. But now uh, it doesn't wipe anymore, so I think they're gonna change some of the economy too. It might be harder to get some items, because I know people be having people be stacked. People be stacked with guns, man. Stacked with guns and high level armor and all that kind of stuff. And I have never even had high level armor or had high level guns before. I've never gotten to use them like that. Like I have a couple of guns that are higher tier than the ones I normally use, but I don't ever want to take them into a raid, because I don't want to just like drop it and then lose them, or fight somebody and then be like not know how to use them and then like lose them or something like that. Like that's the thing that bothers me. But I don't know. Maybe I gotta go in and use them. I might as well go in and use them before the season is over. You know what I mean?
debunk here.
So beef.
First, I just want to address that the audio as well as the video might look and sound a little off, and that's because I'm in the middle of moving to Hawaii. It is quite the move, as you can imagine, and not all of my setup has arrived yet. I just bust out my XLR equipment so I could record this video for you guys I know, and I'll actually have a picture of my setup on screen right now. It is scuffed out of this world, guys. But there are some massive changes coming to Cyber Frontier. And if you're already familiar with this news, I want you to go ahead and pause this video right now and give me your opinion on no more wipes coming to the Cycle Frontier.
I don't like it. Hold on a second. Stop it. I heated up water and didn't put a tea bag in it. So I'm just gonna drink this soda.
Right now, like as is, as you've manifested over the last couple days, how do you feel about that news? And then when we get to the end of this video, I want you guys to give me your opinion then. So let's just go ahead and address it. A lot of people don't like this change, and I think
Yep.
the big reason for that is simply the player base feels like they were almost blindsided. Like they had no idea this was coming. They liked the way the game is. I mean, if people are still playing the game now, they enjoy the way the game is, and they feel like Jaeger blindsided them, similar to like how the old Cycle Frontier player base felt when they pivoted towards this extraction shooter type game. And I think that's a reasonable way to feel. I mean, first when I first got the news, that's how I felt as well.
Tealess
What we
water,
need to keep in mind is
which
Jaeger
would just
needs
be
to turn
water.
profit. Right now, Cycle Frontier is averaging around 1,000 players a day. Now we're pretty far into a wipe, and it's very common for wipe-based games to slowly trickle off players as they progress. That's just how they work. But at 1,000 players now, if a wipe happened, I can't imagine we would have more than, I would say, 10 to 20,000 players. That's got to be concerning. I'm not sure what the numbers look like on their end, but it's a free-to-play game. I know a lot of people don't buy many skins. Personally, I've bought literally everything in the shop just to try and support them, support my favorite game. I make money.
Damn. He bought everything in the shop. He buys everything in the shop. I mean, listen, if I had the money, I probably would too to support the game because I think the game is really cool. And if I did have the ability to just drop a bunch of money like that and it not hurt me, I might do that too. But damn, like wow,
On making content in this game, so I might as well.
you make money on making content on this game. He does. He has 76,000 subscribers, 10K views for this. So I get. So he makes enough money on making content for this game to. That's cool. That helps me like I guess get ready for like the future of like my channel. Hopefully, if my channel gets big enough, then I can make a little bit of money doing some stuff and then put it back into some things. You know what I mean? Put it back into the channel to do more. But we'll see. We'll see.
Give it back to them as much as I can, right? Most players, though, I don't think buy many skins. You can go ahead.
You should. You should try
how
Cycle.
much you think you've spent on Aurum so far, but most players, I don't think, spend very much on this at all. So for them to be profitable, they're going to go ahead and need to increase player numbers, and they believe that removing wipes will go ahead and increase player numbers. Additionally, they want to make
It might. That's the thing. It might, because there are a lot of people who may want to play the game and don't like the idea of the game deleting everything that they've done, even though that's kind of how it's been for like extraction shooters, is that like you gain all this stuff and then it goes through a wipe for the next season. But maybe there are a ton of people that are like, man, if the game didn't delete everything every season, I would play it. So hopefully there being no more wipes. Maybe they have like some info like from like Twitter and other places of people like, yeah, I like the game, but I don't like that my stuff gets deleted every season. I would play the game if you didn't delete everything. If this game were to come to console, that would be really, really cool. I hope that they bring this game to console, because that would definitely help the player numbers. 100%. If they brought this game to Xbox, PlayStation, I'm not sure if Switch can run it, but if they brought the Xbox and PlayStation and made it crossplay between all the systems, like all the platforms crossplay, that would be great. That would be so great. Especially for the player base and the player numbers and stuff like that. I think they should definitely do that.
Make end game gear harder to get, and I think this could work really well, especially making it harder to get end game gear. Personally, right now, I think if they simply just made it harder to get exotic stuff, they would have a very good system. Ever since they moved off the logarithmic scale, armor and weapons do feel very meaningful. Now, if it was harder to sustain,
The guns look
running
similar to
exotic,
Apex.
I think people would have more reason to keep playing, and you would see less of people.
I think it's the is it the reticle that reminds you of the Apex stuff? Then they have like a couple of some of the guns. Some of the guns are I mean people know what the what is it, the like the tier list for the guns, where it's like some guns that are just the best guns to be using. So and then there's like for the low tier stuff, like the white guns, people don't ever use the shotgun. Like the white shotgun is kind of, people say the white shotgun is kind of bad. You might as well use there's like a green shotgun. It's like a shotgun pistol. It's kind of like a shorty. Like it works like a shorty. I think it's 2 shots, bang bang, like, and then you have to reload it. So it's like a shorty in Valorant. But it's like it's a pistol. and it kills in 2 shots, and then like it always matters like what armor the enemy has. So like if you're going up against a a blue set of armor with a blue gun, you're doing the correct amount of damage, right? If you're going up against green armor with a blue gun, you're doing a little extra damage than you would normally do. If you go against like purple armor with a blue gun, you're doing less damage than you would normally be doing. So uh you don't like if you have blue armor versus a blue gun, it does the correct amount of damage. If you have no armor on, I think it's a multiplier that makes it do more damage. Um and not just like the right damage or something like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain exactly what I'm talking about, but I feel like that makes sense.
Just running around team deathmatching with that gear. People would have an objective to do that. Now, how could they make it harder to maintain gear? I propose that they get rid of the insurance system. The insurance system in the game makes it so you make money by dying in the game realistically. Even if you
Well, no, they shouldn't get rid of the insurance system. The insurance system is the insurance system allows you to not be so heavily punished. Maybe it not allows you to not be so heavily punished. Plus, you don't get your guns back unless you do the premium insurance, and the premium insurance only works if the person who kills you or uh doesn't pick up your guns. If they pick up your guns or your friends pick up your guns, like say for instance you're going with a duo, right? And you die and your duo is still alive. They can pick up your guns and bring you your guns back, right? So you don't get them back in the insurance package. If an enemy picks up your guns, same thing. If somebody picks them up, you don't get them back in the insurance package. So the only thing you get back in the insurance package is um money. So say for instance, I guess you could make money by dying. Like you can make a profit. Like if you were to go down and find guns on the planet, and then you got back and then you insured those guns, and then you went down on the planet and then you died, you would make money basically because you found that gun and you didn't buy that gun or you didn't use your well, I guess you technically would because like you use all the resources that you get to craft the guns. So you find resources, you craft the guns, and then you go down on a planet with the gun, you die with the gun, you that's insured, and then you earn the money back. You earn a partial amount of money back from the gun. So I guess if you oh wait, because you can't craft the guns. You can only craft certain guns. You have to buy the guns from the factions. So yeah. So if you find a gun off of somebody, insure their gun, then die with that gun, then you'd make money on that gun. But if you buy a gun from the faction and then insure that gun and then die with it, you only get a portion of that money back. So it's not really a profit. You're just getting back some of the money. But if you insure somebody else's gun that you got from somebody else, then yeah, you'll make money. It'll be 100% profit.
if you have a negative KD, if you always insure your gear and your teammate never gets
I
out,
mean, we could trio. I've never trioed before. I've never even duoed before. So it could be a very different game because when you trio, they put you in the trio lobbies, or they put you in like trio duo lobbies, and it might be a little harder. I don't know. Might die faster.
you just get a kill, maybe you die twice, you print money in that game. As long as you're playing, you get money, and I think that was intentional. Now, if they want to make it harder to maintain gear, I think what they need to do is go ahead and remove that insurance system, or simply just go ahead and bolster orm insurance. Make it so orm insurance is if no one ever picked up your gear, you get it back, right? And if someone picked up your gear that wasn't on your team, you get like that 75% K mark return. People will start using Orem Insurance. Is that a little bit pay to win? Yes, that is a little bit pay to win, but this is a free to play game and they need to make money. Otherwise, there will be no Cycle Frontier. Now, this is just an idea. Let me know what ideas you have to make gear scarcer. But as gear will be scarcer, people will need to actually go ahead and play objectives in the game, whether that's going and getting oil, going and running lithium drills. These objectives are fun to fight over. When the game is just suddenly in a team deathmatch approach and these players have this mentality, this blood in the water mentality, they just chase after new players. They just want PvP. That's all they're there for. And that is ruining the experience of new players. I want you guys to think back if you played Season 1 or maybe some of the closed betas, going into the jungle, right? Do you remember how much time you guys spent in the jungle in Season 2? I hardly spent any time at all in there. That used to be an awesome place to fight in, to fight over. It was an objective. If you remember Closed Beta 1 fighting over the crushers, that was another objective to fight over. In Closed Beta 2, we got the oil pumps and the drills, and those are more objectives to fight over. In the first season of the game, we got the dungeon. These are all awesome objectives to fight over, and they want to implement more events. Now, if gear is going to be scarcer, I think this will lead to much better flow in game. Instead of just running, to Starport admin or going ahead and running to base camp, you will have a reason to like progress around the map. If you don't complete these tasks, you're simply not going to be able to maintain those higher end kits. And I think that'll add a lot of longevity to the game. Now,
Yeah, I'd be
I'm gonna
having
add a caveat to that.
green gear all day,
And simply made it harder.
white gear
to
all
maintain
day.
gear now, so you had to play like that. That would add a lot to the wipe based system. Now, I'm a really big proponent of the wipe, and let me explain why. Even if they get the balancing perfect on it, so you're always needing to work and maintain to have high end gear, and the game doesn't need to wipe. There is a subset of players that will play simply because the game doesn't wipe. I have seen a few comments on my YouTube videos that people, when they found out the game wipes, they quit playing it. The idea that their progression isn't permanent does bother them. Now, why am I such a big proponent for wipes? The fear of missing out. And I'm going to use Call of Duty as an example. Now, that might not be super relatable if you recently played a Call of Duty title in recent time. That's fine. But I'm sure the vast majority of us have had this on Call of Duty. And you can use this same approach to the Escape from Tarkov wipe, or the Rust wipe, or anything like that that's happened recently.
Or like Prestige.
Or the World of Warcraft expansion. So I want you to picture when you were a kid in high school, in middle school. Let's say, I don't know, let's say Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 is coming out. All of your friends are buying it. Now, Call of Duty is the same game every single time. They reskin some of the weapons, they add some new maps, but largely it is the same.
You gotta give me a minute.
All of your old progress, all of your camp.
I closed Valorant. We lost a lot. Like, we lost a lot. Fox got off because he was like kind of tilted. We lost a lot today.
Or your prestiges in general, all of your progress is gone, and you need to pay $60. But you still do it, right? The Escape from Tarkov wipes, and they can add nothing, and you still get on and start over. You know why? The fear of missing out. How many times have you told yourself, I'm not going to buy the next Call of Duty. I'm not going to get the next World of Warcraft expansion. I'm not going to play the next Escape from Tarkov wipe. I'm over it, right? And then you hear all of your friends talking about how much fun they're having, and you want to join in on that, right? I know I've done it, and I know you guys have done it as well. That sensation right there has been pivotal in Escape from Tarkov, and the Cycle Frontier uses the same recipe. They basically grow their players exponentially at the start of every single wipe, and the way they do that is the fear of missing out in Twitch drops. They force themselves all the way to the top of Twitch with these drops and the fear of missing out. So when I heard the Cycle Frontier was going to use the exact same system, but on a 3-month schedule, I thought it was going to be crazy. The amount of players they were going to be able to bring to the game with a free-to-play based game and this exponential player base was going to be unstoppable. Now, they said they would be able to deliver content significantly faster, and I believed it. If you guys play Escape from Tarkov, you know that when they add a new weapon, they design all the components inside of it, right? The mechanisms, the springs. If you have the dust cover off on an AK, you'll see the mechanisms moving. If you have the dust cover on, that's still going on. So for them to add a weapon to Cyber Frontier, they don't need to go get a model of a weapon. They don't need to do real life soundscaping. They don't need to go ahead and model the spring, right? It's just completely up to their imagination. So I believed that they could pump out content on that 3-month schedule where Escape from Tarkov would fall behind. Additionally, this being a little bit lighter, a little bit more of a casual experience with a higher time to kill, I thought would attract a lot of players, and it did. Now, unfortunately, hackers ruined the game in season 1, and I think we're still seeing a lot of low players because people had such a bad experience with that in season 1. Hackers are largely fixed now, and I'm surprised that Jaeger has gone ahead and postponed the wipe. If I was them, and feel free, you guys can take this idea. I'm sure they won't take this idea. They have plenty of talent working there, plenty of people coming up with ideas all day long, working together. But here's what I would do for your remaining player base. Give the players a wipe right now. Give them something to be excited about. A lot of these guys were expecting a wipe. You don't have to add any more content. These guys simply like the grind. I want you guys to think about something. I'm going to use an example that probably most of you can relate to. So think of a game, a League of Legends, CS, any game with a ELO-based ranking system, right? And think about, you started off in the gutter. You probably started in bronze. You started in silver. We've all started. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Started in bronze, and I'm still there. Still there. No, excuse me. I started in iron. I started in iron 1. I've seen silver 2, and now I'm stuck in bronze because no one down here cares about winning. They just want to get kills.
Games in general, you pick up a new game and you fucking suck at it. Am I right? You decide that, this game would be so much more enjoyable if I could just get diamond, if I could just get gold. We'll use gold as an example because a lot of people, that's the metric they shoot for, is getting to gold, right? And you get to gold, and the game is exactly the same. You're not having more fun.
The game is gold. You get the gold, and the game is exactly the same. No, I don't think getting to a higher rank would make the game more fun. Speaking for Valorant, I don't think getting to a higher rank would make the game more fun than it is now. I just would like the fact that I'm able to rank up. I think the fact that you can rank up and that you see your progress in the game is what makes you feel good. Like, it's not the fact that once you get there, everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows, because it's not. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same grind. But the fact that you can consistently see your progress and see you raise in ranks is the thing that makes you want to keep going and keep progressing. That's what it is. I don't think, well, at least for me, it's not the getting there. It's not like the, man, once I get to gold, once I get to plat, it's gonna be great.
Bronze, right? But it was a lot of fun.
Started at the bottom and I'm still there.
Gold. And you can look at that aspect in many ways in your life. So here's my idea, Jaeger. Give the players a wipe. I don't think the player base is going to do very well for 80 days playing right now. They're playing the game like team deathmatch. You still have new players that are coming to the game. Look at your metrics. I see them. I've VoIPed with them. They're getting just killed by these people. Like I said, blood in the water. They're just team deathmatching it up. Give these guys a wipe. Give them an even playing field. Go ahead and bring some players back. That'll give you time to go ahead and bolster your game, right? It seems like you guys aren't quite sure. You don't know what you're going to present people.
I be wanting to go down there and play team deathmatch, but the thing about it is I don't want to
ample time. With 80 days to
drop, die, and then have to go through the whole thing of getting down there again. Drop, die. Yeah. It's I guess I just have to do that. I guess I gotta waste my gear. I gotta go down there one time and just not even loot anything.
Get back on the front page
and just be a ruthless, blood-hungry
bolster all your assets
person. And no matter, even if people voice com me, be like, no, you gotta die. And try to attack them.
Ironed out. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I plan on doing for the Cycle Frontier. You know, this has been my main game. I've been cranking out content for this game.
Oh, but you were
I
supposed
love
to
this game,
download this game too.
and I still
What
love this
happened?
game. Am I
I'm
still
trying to
playing
get
this
I'm
game?
trying to get everybody to
Yes.
download this
But
game.
things in my life are changing.
Gotta play this game.
Time is all these radical changes to the Cycle Frontier. In all of 2022, all I did was make a ton of content and work a lot. I have a company on the side that takes up a lot of my time. And if you watch my streams, you see me streaming almost all day. I run 2 YouTube channels, and I just simply can't keep up with that with the changes I want to make in my life. I was getting really out of shape. I was just mauling and everything. If you see my stream, sometimes I'll just like get so mad over the dumbest fucking things, and I just want to change as a person. So I'm gonna be spending more time just spending time with my girlfriend, getting outside, going and surfing, stuff like that.
Nah.
Take a step
YouTube
back. I make
grind.
so much money. You know, I realized that money won't make me happy. And in 2023, I plan on starting a charity organization. So that's a big focus of mine. In terms of
Money doesn't make you happy when you have money already. Making more, like, if you have money already, if you have like money already, and then you try to make more money to make you happy, that it doesn't work that way, because you already have enough money to sustain yourself, so it's not going to make you happy. If you don't have money and you try to make money, you can make money, and then you will be happier. I guarantee you'll be happier. You'll be happier. Now the act of getting the money doesn't usually make you happy. So, like, eventually the thing that you're doing to make the money, even though you might enjoy doing it, might get tiring. Like, making YouTube videos and a lot of this stuff that I do, and a lot of the stuff that I'm sure the other content creators do, it doesn't necessarily, it's not all fun all the time. Sometimes you're like, God damn it, I gotta edit this video or whatever. But, like, that's what you gotta do if you want to to be successful in the thing that you want to do. So, like, it's not about having fun all the time, even though it's something you enjoy doing. It's still work, you know. You want to play a Harry Potter game? Hop on Cycle. All right. All right. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't doodle on itself. Me close. In fact, I'm gonna close this. I'm close Overwolf, because Overwolf looks like it's shitting on itself. Could be Overwolf. Cycle. Cycle. Listen, I lost too many games today, and I'm probably not going to be on that for that much longer. I'll get on tomorrow and play Val. Where were you at today?
Decades ago, we settled on Fortuna 3. And for a while, this frontier world was paradise.
Oy. Out furniture shopping? as soon as it loads. Like, I don't even. Let me see. Free DLC. Grab your free DLC